It's a great game if you just want to hop in and do a few rounds of city trial and then go and live your life and do something else. Or if you want to sit and just, put hours and hours into jumping around to all these different challenges, you can do that too. It really does let you play how you want to play. Hi everyone, welcome back to Kirby Conversations. I'm Sean Douglas. I'm a writer and podcaster and teacher, and we are back again with Gigi. Hi Gigi.
Hi, I'm Gigi. I'm the editor-in-chief of Kirby. I am a big Kirby fan from Brazil, and yeah, nice to be back.
And we're back with Bridget as well. Welcome back, Bridget.
Hi there, my name's Bridget. I am an online commentator, collector, artist, and air ride machine, and I'm excited to be here.
And today we are talking about Kirby Air Riders because of course we are, because that's the biggest thing going on in the Kirby world right now. But we have all been very much enjoying this game and we'll talk about it. So I initially labeled this in our file name for this recording as early impressions. But as we talked about this show, it's like we kind of realized that early impressions is a bit of a misnomer since we're like kind of well into this game already. But early impressions as in like within the first 20 to 30 hours of gameplay, I guess we'll say. But even if you are not that far in the game, this will be a spoiler-free episode, mostly just about general thoughts on the game, on the different modes, how we feel about it, the different machines, the different riders, that sort of thing. And I don't want to assume that anyone listening to this show will have already played the game either. This might be a podcast aimed at Kirby stuff, but that doesn't mean that everybody has played Air Riders yet. So maybe this episode will persuade you to give it a shot if you weren't thinking of playing this one. But we can also talk about some things that we might want to change or just, we can offer some critiques as well in certain areas. But I think overall our impressions are very, very positive. Kirby Conversations is a part of the Soundstone Podcast Network, along with Flashback 64 and Pixels and Polygons. And when you're done with this show, we encourage you to check out those shows as well. All right. Gigi or Bridget, would either one of you like to get the ball rolling with your first thoughts? What do you think of Air Riders?
I love it. I love it. It's like I played the original Air Ride back in the day. At the time, I was living with some friends. We were going to college, and this was a game that I had enjoyed with my roommate, and we played it a lot. And I don't think they even played Kirby games or played a lot of other video games, but they were so into this game. And so it was just kind of one of those social games that I've been able to enjoy with others and play in the past. And I never imagined it would get like a follow-up at all. I think it was on this podcast, actually. I think we had an episode. I think it was a question and answer episode where we talked about Sakurai. And I made some comment about how I never even thought he would have any connection to Kirby again. He's doing Smash, all this other stuff. So in my mind, I didn't even think this was possible. When it was announced, I was super surprised. And now that I have it in my hands and in my console, I'm blown away. In general, it's content rich. It's got a lot of fanfare, music's great, runs amazing, and my online experience has also been great. I don't know what to say. I'm probably going to be gushing this whole episode.
Yeah, it's okay to gush. This is a really good video game that I have also really been enjoying. Mm-hmm. And Gigi, what about you?
Yeah, I also like it. When I play like the original, it was after it was released because I never had a GameCube. I just played on my Wii, and I went back to play some Kirby games from around the time I got in the series, which was in 2009. Sorry, it was the time I got into Kirby, so it was later. I had fun with it, but I didn't have many people to play with, and the few times I played with others were really fun. And a couple of years ago, I did play the original with a friend online, and it was really fun as well. We play in an emulator. And when I saw the game announced, I was really hoping it would be a game that would like expand a lot of the original in a way, because I had fun with Air Ride, but I think we could have more playable characters, maybe like tweak some stuff, the controls, and online felt like a given for the game. So seeing the game get announced and then later they review all the riders and there's a lot of stuff going on, and they have stuff like the license, they have like a whole story mode, which I also was hoping for. So the game has felt in general for me like it's a game for the Air Ride fans and for the Kirby fans. There's some overlap sometimes, but I feel there's sometimes not. I have a friend in real life that was really excited when she saw this game being announced. She's not like, I'm a big Kirby fan, she knows that, but she isn't. But she was like, I have to play this game. So I played with her this weekend even. She doesn't have a Switch, but I brought it to her because she was really excited. And it's really nice to see like her being excited for the game. And she's excited because it's Air Ride. I'm excited because it's Kirby, but we're still like playing together, enjoying it. It's fun. So I think like from both sides, it's a good game. Like they managed to make a game that's fun if you're just like Air Ride and it's not like being into Kirby. If you're just like Kirby, it's also a good Kirby game. And if you like both, I think it's like Bridget, you're in for a treat. Like you just love it all the time because it's really nice. So yeah, I've been having fun. I do have a couple things I would change, but like it's nothing that I would say like, oh, I don't like what they did with this game. I think they like for what I was expecting when I saw it like being announced, it blew up my expectations, and it's a really fun game. I'm still playing like every day. I play a little and go back and forth, and yeah, just having fun in general.
Yeah, this game is in kind of a weird spot where it is simultaneously a game that might be more for a niche audience, but it also feels like it's like a really solid party game that I think if people gave it a chance, they would maybe like it, even if they weren't initially Kirby fans or initially checking it out for that reason. And we can do some maybe comparing and contrasting it to Mario Kart or some other kart racers on a future episode, because I think that's a conversation worth having. But it's definitely something very different from Mario Kart. But if you just like being able to race around and have vehicular combat in wacky fantasy stages, and like if you like that kind of racing game, I think it could definitely still appeal to you if you're open to that kind of game, not necessarily looking exactly like Mario Kart.
Yeah, I think like they call it a action racing game, and I think the action is really important in this game. It's probably more like, it's clear, I guess, in City Trial, but even in Era, you have to like attack enemies to get speed boost. Something that, for example, I don't want to compare much, but like Mario Kart doesn't have that. But in the game, especially in Era, I'm just trying to like attack the enemies, attack other riders to get like a speed boost, and it's an action game, really. I think that's the thing that makes it different from maybe other racers in general.
And I think like a lot of your takeaway from this game will depend on your expectations. I think if you go into it expecting it to be a certain thing and it's not that thing, you might be disappointed. But if you go into it like open to receiving it as it is, or willing to try something new and different, then I think that, I think that you will find things to enjoy.
I agree. Yeah, I think with time too, it's one of those things. Like when Kirby Air Ride came out, it was also mixed reviews. It was a rush development. I think Sakurai was talking about how he joined like 3 months or something prior to like the finishing it, and so it was like this race in itself to get the game out. So I mean, even with all of that, it's like over the years, just the fact that there are still people playing this game. I mean, there's so many games from older consoles that, I don't, they'll still have players and people who speed run them or have like scenes for them, but it's not always common. And for this game in particular that had all of these issues, like the fact it still had that is just like, to me, a testament to a core of its design that still like appealed to people. And I think this game, which is even more robust and more polished and like everything Sakurai probably meant for the original, is out there. It's still contentious, but I think with time, it like if we if Air Ride was still that had that kind of staying power for some people, like I feel like this one could even have a bigger impact with time, you know?
Yeah, looking at sales for it right now, at least like the UK charts have it debuted number 12 on the sales charts in the United Kingdom. Which
Is that physical only?
Oh, that is a good question. Let's see. Um, yes, it is physical gaming charts.
Okay.
So yeah, that's by no means like a comprehensive snapshot of how the game is selling or who's playing it, but it's 12th behind things like Mario Kart World, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Battlefield 6, Pokemon Legends ZA, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Hogwarts Legacy. So it's like behind a lot of like big heavy hitters. And so like I don't know if 12th is actually like that bad. Like maybe for a big Nintendo game, you would expect it to debut higher, but I mean, it's not debuting to obscurity either.
Well, I think we have to also, I think on the digital front, it is like one of the top selling games, if not the top selling game. It's also probably more focused on Black Friday. So I think like that's probably when, if people are going to buy it, that's probably when they're going to want to buy it for Christmas. So I feel like this is something where it's like, okay, it is a little like, yeah, maybe if this was Mario, people would have just like bought it right away and even before Black Friday. But I feel like with this one, it'd be interesting to see how well it does with the holiday.
Yeah, it might take some time for like word of mouth to spread, for more of its following to develop. But since it's like, I don't know, if a family's getting a new Switch, they might get Mario Kart automatically, and then rather than immediately get another kart racing game, they might get Donkey Kong or something like that, right? But that doesn't mean
That's
they're
true.
not going to get Air Riders eventually.
I also think like this game's going to sell like a lot in Japan. Like Japan, if like people are already crazy for this game like in the West, but in Japan it's a lot other level. So I expect a lot of the sales like to be from Japan because I remember like every direct there was like every Nintendo direct on Twitter, Japan, like the trending topics will be like I write to like every single one. That's how crazy they were for the game. So in a way, I think that's maybe why this game exists. Maybe like so many people request, especially like in Japan, that they went like, okay, I guess we can make it. Everyone wants it, so I personally I think this game isn't going to sell like Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart is like a whole new level. Like Mario Kart 8 has it's like the best selling Nintendo game ever, I think, right now. So like that's Mario Kart. And I don't believe this game is going to sell like more than For Your Own Land, which is also I think at 7 million or something. But I expect it to sell like decently, like 1-2 million maybe, maybe more. It's a early Switch U game, so maybe it's going to sell like constantly for a while. I don't know. I don't expect
Yeah.
it to be like super popular, but I think it's going to be the kind of game that maybe not many people have it, but the people that have it really like it. Like different from maybe Mario Kart that everyone gets it because it's Mario Kart, but there's a couple more hardcore players, and some are just I have it because it's Mario Kart. But people who buy R Riders are probably going to be the people that play it a lot, complete the checklist or something, or I don't know. So I expect it to do well, but at the same time, Mario Kart is Mario Kart, so I just
Yeah.
expect it to be way harder.
It's hard to compete with that for sure. It could be a
Yeah.
Splatoon situation too. Like Splatoon is just
Hmm.
huge in Japan, way more
Yeah.
than in the West. And the numbers it does there is great. Like it doesn't
Hmm.
even need to rely on the Western
Yeah.
market as hard, but
Hmm.
uh, yeah, hopefully that's the case. I do think it's a great game. I'd like to see more folks try it out and for the online to stay as active as possible. But we'll see.
Mhm. Yeah, so looking at just all these different modes, all these different characters, all these new machines, where should we start on this? Do you have a particular rider machine combination you like?
You never guess my rider.
Or mine.
On our call, both
uh,
of them have icons of specific characters. right now.
I like marks on the bulldozer and occasionally on some of the flying machines as well.
Like the bull tank.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the bull tank,
I think that's what
the
it's called, right?
bulldozer.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a dozer.
I said, yeah.
That's a really fun combination as well. Like, just imagine marks. They're like writing it. Really fun. And yeah, I use Banana D and mostly the Warp Star because I'm basic. I just got used to the Warp Star in the original and I've been using it mostly like in R Ride. But I like the wheelie scooter in Top Ride. I think it
Okay.
works well, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's usually my combo. And City Trials just whatever makes sense with what I have and what I found. So but yeah.
hmm Yeah, I kind of jump around a lot right now. I have tended to use Megalore for City Trial. I think his beam is really effective in that. And I've tended to use Susie, I think, more during racing. I've jumped around a lot of different carts, and I think I'm still kind of experimenting with what I like the most. I quite like the Wagon Star. I feel like I've gotten a lot of good results with it, but it does feel a little bit like you're not playing the full game if you don't have any kind of like charging with your vehicle. But that's sort of the point of the Wagon Star. So I don't know that it's necessarily like the most fun machine to drive. Like I do like it, and I like its stats and everything. But I'm still kind of jumping around and figuring out. I don't know. I feel like I change depending on the situation or what my particular goal is. And that's a big part of the game too, is that you're not going to use the same combination for everything. But I think if I
Mhm.
just had to
Yeah.
like do a straight up race, I would do the Wagon Star.
Nice. I like the Wagon Star. I think it's still pretty cool.
Mhm.
It has great handling, but yeah, it is missing the boosting. So you have to do a lot of all the other kind of boosting actions that you can take advantage of with attacking and all that.
Mhm. I need to get one of the GameCube Wagon Star designs or just make my own.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot of
It's so
them in the shop,
expensive. Yeah.
but so
It's probably a easier one to make.
yeah, I think I should probably just like make my own once I have all the pieces for it.
I guess for the listeners, if they don't know what the game like contains, it is a game with a racing mode, but it also has other modes in it. This is why it's such a like confusing game to narrow down in terms of genres, but there is sort of like a kind of battle royale type of mode with city trial and a kind of top down like RC racer mode with top ride. And yeah, there is like an arcade challenge story mode with cutscenes and everything. So there's a lot of variety in this game, and there's a lot of customization in this game. So you can have like a wagon star that looks like a GameCube. I've seen stars that look like Dreamcasts that look like other characters. And it's amazing. So there's a lot that this game has in it in terms of what you can do and customize and play. It's amazing.
A lot of neat tracks as well. They have a bunch of new ones and all the returning ones from the past Air Ride return. Do you have a favorite track?
oh goodness, that's hard. Let me think.
I think you know mine.
Oh, I think I do.
And this
Yeah.
is one where like I don't know if we need to be careful a little bit about spoilers.
Okay, yeah.
So
This is an unlockable one. So I would say I won't include mine, but I will say I like is it Amber Falls? And I like all like the classic tracks are cool that they're back. Oh, Steamforge Gust. Is that what it's called? There's like a
Yeah.
steampunk stage and it's really amazing.
Yeah. Honestly, I like Crystalline Fissure. Is that the name?
Mm. Hmm.
I'm playing Portuguese, but I have Kirby open to remember the English name. So yeah, but I like that one because honestly, I like them like for what happens in the track, like the visuals, the music. I think this one is really nice. I also like Stingus Forge and Siberian Highway is also really fun for
Yeah.
like the visuals and stuff. And yeah.
um,
And if we're talking the returning ones, I always like Machine Passage and Tracker Knight. So Those are my
Yeah.
favorites.
Same.
Yeah. I think my favorite is Celestial Valley.
Mm,
I
Ooh.
still really like that one, although I do like the new ones as well. I think Mount Amber Falls is also one of
yeah.
my favorites. And there is one that you have to unlock that's more of a surprise. It was kind of alluded to, I think, during one of the previews.
Yes.
So it's not like a total unknown thing, but there is just a really, really fantastic unlockable track that is probably my favorite if we were talking about things that were more unlockable.
Mhm.
Same.
But yeah, I'm still really partial to Celestial Valley. I like that one a lot.
Do you have any favorite like new renditions of songs? Without, I guess, going into spoiler territory, but any kind of music that you're happy to see return here, or that has a new rendition that you enjoy?
I do. Actually, I was thinking, I found like of three ones that I really like. I'm gonna start with one that was in a direct, so it's not a spoiler, but there is a Dark Mind remix, like of the Dark Mind battle
Mm.
team. That's a really fun one. Uh, there is also one from the Dark Mare boss from Dreamland 3, like a remix. I think it first appeared. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to say. I was going to say about Road Trip, but it's not spoiler. Sorry. I like that one as well. And one that blew my mind was they remixed a song from Squeak Squad. And that blew my mind because Squeak Squad was my first Kirby game. And even though that game does reuse a lot of music from like Nightmare in Dreamland and Amazing Mirror, they do have a couple original tracks. But many people don't remember them because they don't get referenced enough. And they remix, I won't say which one in case anyone's listening and wants to find out, but there is a remix of a stage track from that game in this game. It's the first time it has ever like returned a Kirby game. When I first listened to it, I was like, no way they put that in the game. I was really happy.
Nice, yeah.
And that's for like the remixes, the returning tracks. I could talk about also the new music in general, but for like the what they have of returning music from other Kirby games, like new remixes, that those are my top three, I guess. Like I really like them. I'm happy they are here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard to talk about music as well, just because spoilers, and we're trying to avoid spoilers for this one. But I would say that just in general, I've been really pleased with the music. I think the music is great. This game really is just a really fun celebration of Kirby history in so many ways too. Just seeing Masahiro Sakurai's influence on everything, like it makes me really realize how much, even though I've enjoyed Kirby games from various directors, how much the things that I really enjoyed about the early Kirby games really are also just part of me really enjoying Masahiro Sakurai's sensibilities as a director. And we've seen those mostly just reflected through like Smash Brothers more recently. And it's fun to see his touch back on a Kirby game again. So, yeah, I'd say that it is a very nice celebration of Kirby music going like throughout Kirby's history. But I won't say any ones in particular just because I wouldn't want to spoil anything.
I'm gonna say one that I love, like wholeheartedly, and it's the Gourmet Race song. I love it. It's so good. They include some of the track 2 song. What is it called? Is it Hilltop?
It doesn't have an official name, but people call it Hilltop Chase, yeah.
Oh, Hilltop Chase. Yeah, they included that because I always thought that song sounded so good, but it was always so overshadowed by like how good Gourmet Race was. But they include it in this rendition of Gourmet Race, and it's so good. It's got to be probably my favorite rendition so far of the song. And it's great. It's very celebratory, and yeah, it's very like iconically Kirby, and it's no matter how many times they do this song, it's just like it always like wows me, and it's always interesting when they do something else with it. I love it.
Yeah, it's nice to see so many deeper cuts back again too. There's a lot of music in this game, and it gives you a lot of freedom too over like what songs play when and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention one but that's not a remix. It's just a song I really like. They put Burning Turning Power Plant for Froggerland in this game, and I love that song so much. I was really,
Yeah.
when I listened to it the first time, I was like, yes, they put it. They didn't need to remix it. It's already perfect. I love it. That's all.
Yeah. I agree. I was excited for that too.
Yeah, there's so many songs that I don't actually know the names of. I mean, when it comes to Kirby things, like other people know so much more about like the exact track names better than I do. I just hear it and go, "Oh, it's that song from this thing. It's that song from that thing."
That's
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine. I know a lot because of We Kirby as well, so that's just how it is.
Yeah. Speaking
Yeah,
of
Gigi's
which,
cheating.
speaking of which, what are things like at Wick Kirby right now? Like when a new game drops, like what goes on behind the scenes there?
There's a lot of things to do, and honestly, this game is just. It's going to take a while. I think we're going to be updating the wiki for like a long time right now because just think of road trip, like documenting everything from road trip, and then think of like the other modes, and then you remember that there are stickers, there are every single decal, like everything from the my machines, and then there's also like some enemies got new names, and we're renaming stuff, and we're finding out there's like every day we're finding something new because this game has so much, and some things are just like the checklist in general. And although the checklist, at least we are almost done, like with like the 5 checklists, because many people have already completed them all. So sometimes it's just a matter of finding someone that has everything and just like putting the wiki. But there are some things that we don't know, like the stickers. I don't think anyone right now has every single one, and then we need to like take screenshots, and there's a lot of work in general. Like and a lot of the like in Kirby specifically, a lot of the pages like for our ride, like the city trial page was made like specifically for city trial in our ride. And then when there's city trial in our riders, you have to think like, okay, do we split up the info? Do we like put some things together? There's also things like that, and pages start to get big, and we have to create new pages, and there's a lot of stuff, honestly. But thankfully, there's a lot of people helping. There is even a lot of new people coming to the wiki like to help. So that's really nice to see. That happens, I think, with every new game, but like sometimes I think it depends on the game, depends on how many information there is to document, and just there are some people like uploading image. There are some people like trying to create new pages for road trip. There are people like I don't know, updating the existing pages, music pages. We also have pages for music, so there are people like, oh, when does this track play? Like, anyway, there's a lot of stuff. So we Kirby's like harder work, and there's also like Star Crossword is still kind of new, so there's still a couple of things left from there. But yeah, everyone's working on it, and what I can say in general is just like, don't expect with Kirby to be like updated in like a month or something, because people do this on their free time when they can, like, and there's a lot of stuff to do. But I think the progress right now is really nice, but there's a lot of things to still like update and add.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about how many people are working on it then? Like how many people are in your fleet?
Honestly, I don't know. There's probably around 20.
Oh, okay.
Like not everyone's like uploading a lot of stuff, working every single day, but sometimes some people pop up. Like honestly, sometimes I'm just playing. Again, I mentioned I'm playing Portuguese, so there's a lot of sometimes there are new names I come across like in Portuguese that aren't with Kirby. So I just go, oh, this is new Kirby right now. So I go there and like the music, some music has names that were in other games. And sometimes I'm just playing the game and thinking, oh, maybe we Kirby should mention that. And so yeah, like it's just a matter sometimes of playing the game. Some people are like don't have the game, but they're watching live streams or maybe they see videos and like go, oh, I can add that. So yeah,
that's cool that people are coming forward though and helping out and everything. It's cool. There's that excitement.
Yeah,
it's a really great resource. So I appreciate all the work that you and everyone else puts into it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I don't want to say like there are a lot of people involved in this, so like sometimes I'm just helping people because they have questions like, oh, how do I do this? But there are many people that are like getting screenshots for every single enemy, for example. So we
Wow.
are working on that. Yeah.
You're like, I hope Sakurai doesn't direct another Kirby game again. This is too much stuff. This is too much stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot really. And I was gonna say like just the license, like the license card thing. Like just imagine everything you have and then you have to think like, oh, there's a shop that has like prices. And sometimes not everything's available and then you have to unlock it. And sometimes you unlock it, but someone else unlocked it another way. And you're just like, okay, so how do I unlock this? Is this random? So we don't know right now, and it's good that people are going to continue playing the game, and maybe one day we will find out, or maybe we won't.
Ooh.
That's a good point. Like, especially when there's not just like one way to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if when you do something it was the only way or if there was another way.
Yeah, like I'm using my amiibo. I have like every Kirby amiibo, and in the game you can like scan like 5 times a day, I think, like to get some rewards. And I'm just screenshotting every time because I'm like, is this random? Like maybe if I used my Kirby amiibo and get a Kirby sticker or something, is that random or is that because I scanned my Kirby sticker? I don't know yet. And I need other people to do that to figure out if that's random or not. So it's things like that, you know.
Oh my god, I haven't used my amiibo at all. I gotta do that.
Yeah, you get some cool rewards, even if it's not like the Air Riders amiibo, which I want to get, but I don't have yet. But if you have like the Kirby series one, you can just scan and you get some rewards.
Oh my god, we gotta get you we gotta get away to get Bandana Waddle Dee in Brazil.
Yeah, yes. I
It's
need
very
that amiibo.
important.
We can send you one.
I'm probably going to buy one. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah, no, it's fine. Honestly, like it's funny if I can like say for a moment, I'm really happy. Again, like Banana is my favorite character, and I'm really happy how much love he's getting in this game. Like I know many other characters are getting love, but especially Banana getting amiibo. He's like in the box art. I don't know. I just really like it. And we can talk about in general, like about the riders, but I just like that we finally get a Banana D amiibo. That's all. And I guess Kawasaki is also getting one, but like Banana D specific, I was like, yeah, I need one. We had like just Waddle D, like generic Waddle D. So it's nice to have like a Bandana Waddle D amiibo now.
yes. Like even Planet Robobot didn't get it, even though like Bandana Waddle Dee was essentially like the Street Pass character in that game that you saw regularly in the stages. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they said maybe like just Waddle D for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why.
I do like how his stats are very similar to the base Waddle Dee, but then he's like a tougher version of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Listen to Flashback 64, the chronological Nintendo 64 podcast. Hosts Gooey, McKenna, and friends flashback to the 90s and early 2000s with a look at the Nintendo 64's catalog and its contemporary cultural and historical context. Starting with the console's launch titles and proceeding in release order, we discuss classics like GoldenEye, Super Mario 64, and Star Fox 64, as well as some not-so-beloved games, lesser-known titles, and everything in between. Along with game-specific deep dives, we also cover other bits of pop culture from the time, like films, music, and more. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
If we want to talk about the amiibos at all, I do have both amiibos.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I do not have any of the new ones or anything.
Yeah, I couldn't resist, and I kind of bought them a while back anyways in a pre-order. So I was like, okay, they're just kind of waiting for me. They're great. They do look very nice. I think this is something too, like Gigi as a Bandana Waddle Dee fan. It's like I feel like I feel like if this game maybe didn't happen and Sakurai wasn't so Sakurai has like this thing with amiibos, like with Smash, it's like we gotta have an amiibo of every Smash fighter, and it happened. He made it happen, and if he makes it happen here, that'll be amazing. I'll have to wait and see if that happens. But because of that, and because of the quality, especially of these amiibos, they're bigger. They have an interesting functionality, and the details very nice on them. Like, they're legit, like, just like nice little figure statues in a sense. Like, they're kind of the nicest like merchandise that some of the most like underrepresented characters may ever get.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. Like, even Kawasaki getting one is like, this might be like the best Kawasaki figure you will ever get. Like, you gotta buy this if you're a fan. And the bandana Waddle Dee in particular has a very nice like textured texture to his bandana that's really nice. Like, I think actually of the two figures between Kirby and Bandana Waddle Dee is the more impressive figure.
Do you have it there? Like, I know that listeners can't see this, but are you able to turn your camera on and like show us?
I don't have a camera. I could take pictures of it and send it. I don't have it with me. It's in my room upstairs. But I can certainly take pictures and share them if people need. I can try to take like a close up of the detail I'm talking about.
Okay, I was just curious in case you had it like right there.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. It's ingrained in my memory because I was so impressed with it. But the Kirby one, unfortunately, there is an issue with some of the Kirby amiibos, and I got that issue, unfortunately, with mine, which is like, I think they were stored somewhere hot, and because of where the plastic kind of touches his little nub hand, it left like an indent for a lot of people there, and mine has the indent on it.
Oh no.
Which is a bummer because they are $50 figures. I heard it's like easily fixed with like a hairdryer if you're careful. So I might do that at some point. But otherwise, the figure itself looks great. You might just have to be careful when you buy it because it might be like one of the ones with an indent. And if you're paying $50 for an amiibo now, it's like, yeah, you kind of want the nicest one. But it's still an impressive figure. I'm keeping mine, but the Bandana Waddle Dee one is very nice. So
I was already like getting it, but like you're saying it right now, I'm just like, I need this.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a salesperson for
fine.
$50 amiibos, but like, at least if you're a fan and you want to get this, and like you were saying, there's not a lot of Bandana Waddle Dee stuff like Waddle Dee, so it's like, well, it's nice.
Yeah, if it gives you $50 worth of joy, it's
yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's up to each person.
Yeah, and also what you mentioned of like, I hope the other riders also get amiibo. Like, we're getting like also Meta Knight, Didi, and Kawasaki. So I really need like Gui, Daroche, and probably Susie. Like in general, like Kirby merch, for people that don't know, usually the characters that get a lot of merch are Kirby, Waddle Dee, not Bandana Waddle Dee, like just generic Waddle Dee, and Meta Knight. Not even DDD gets a lot of merch. I'm not sure why. I think that he's not as popular like the merch, and Megler also gets some merch, but like characters like I mentioned, Gui, Daroche, even Taranza and Susie. I think even like Scarfy. Like, for example, I don't see a lot of merch, so it would be nice like to have like Starman amiibo. Just why not,
Yeah.
Like
Marx has like, oh sorry.
No,
I was gonna say that Marx actually has like a decent kind of amount of merch for a character that is like not really seen in the recent games. So like I don't want to complain, but I mean, if we could get the amiibos that far, that'd be great.
Yeah, Mark's good is a bit more like I mentioned. I think there's a lot of Kirby and Waddle Dee, Meta Knight, and then everything else is just like sometimes you get some, sometimes not. Elfling has had a lot because of Forgotten Land, but I think right now it's like slowing down a bit, and it's mostly just Japan stuff anyway. But yeah, it would be nice to have them. And I've seen some people say like, oh, no one's getting like a $50 Starman amiibo, but at least people in Japan are getting to get that because there's a lot of collectors. Kirby merch, there's a lot of Kirby merch in Japan for a reason, and I think people will like buy them. And again, like if you make a Megalo amiibo, it's going to sell a lot, like just even in the West because it's Megalo, because he's popular as well. So maybe like Cappy or something won't get amiibo, but I expect like the other, like I guess the main characters, like not the enemies, could get them. I think they should, honestly. But it would be funny to have like Scarfy, Starman, Rocky. Well, why not?
Yeah.
Just make an amiibo. It would be cute. I probably won't get them, but they have fans. There are people playing as them, so they may get them. So
Yeah, they might be new fans because of this game, and like
Yeah.
that one kid's like, I want a Rocky.
yeah, exactly. Why not?
Yeah, it could indirectly influence merchandise too, like just having these characters out there again and having people thinking about them more. Like
Mhm.
maybe it's not an amiibo, but maybe this does lead to more Scarfy merchandise or something just because he's more of a
Yes.
visible part of the series now.
I actually
Yeah.
own a Scarfy plush that I'm sitting right next to.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But yeah, like they usually do merchandise lines for new games. Like I mentioned, there was a lot of Forgotten merch, so there was actually a couple like Banana D and Elfling merch, but there was also like a bunch of Kirby merch. So if they do like our Riders merch lines or something that we could see maybe something from the characters, I hope so. I haven't seen anything yet, but
I hope so, but like I feel like Smash didn't really like. I don't
yeah.
know that Sakurai's games really get like merch outside of amiibos because like I can't think of Kid Icarus stuff, or maybe it exists.
Mhm.
I don't know. Or Smash Brothers. Like I own the CD. That's about it.
Yeah, but I hope because it's Kirby and Kirby merch in Japan is like huge, they do something. I
Yeah.
hope, because I want more merch of the other like the riders in general, because I think this game has a nice selection of riders. I don't want to like spoil like the full roster. I do have a couple issues which are a bit spoilery, but like in general, I'm really content. Do I want to touch on it? Like, when I was first saw this game being announced, I was wondering if we would get at least like the main four characters of Kirby, and I also had the worry that maybe they would put just like generic Waddle Dee and not Banana Dee. So when we had the confirmation that we were getting at least like the four, including Banana Dee and then Kawasaki for some reason, like the fifth one revealed, I was happy. And then they reveal like so much more. And I think the selection is nice. I like the enemies in general. Like I like Starman being here. I like Rocky. I like Lolo and Lalala. Like why not?
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
And I also like some more. I wouldn't say obscure characters, but like characters that not many people may know if they haven't played their games, like the Roach, Taranza, and Susie. So it's nice to see them as well. And you have like also more fan favorites like Marks, Megler, and yeah, like I think the roster is nice.
I don't think it's a spoiler if there were like characters you wanted to see that aren't in it.
Okay.
So if there was anyone you were disappointed not to see, I think it's okay to say.
Yeah. So I do want to say there's actually characters from one game that I was hoping to get, but we didn't, which was either Adeline or Ribbon from 64. And I was surprised when they weren't playable because we have like a lot of variety. Like we have Rick, Gooey, the Roach, Megler, Susie, like across the series. And then like Kirby 64 doesn't have anyone playable. I can gotta get like for Amazing Mirror because it's like Dark Meta Knight or Shadow Kirby, which are kind of like Meta Knight and Kirby. So I get it, kinda. Like I think it would be nice to have Adeline and our Ribbon, maybe the two of them, I don't know. And maybe the Mage Sisters as well, like for Star Allies, but an Elfling as well. Like I was thinking if I would add like a couple more characters, it would be just those two, and I think the roster would be perfect.
Mhm.
But thankfully, I'm not like a big fan of them. Like if they didn't have Ben 10 or Waddle Dee, I would probably be mad. I'm not lying. I would be mad if there wasn't like just Waddle Dee and not Bandana D. So I get the people that like those characters and disappointed, but I think other than that, like the roster is really solid. Like, yeah, No Kojo is here. Yeah, why not? It's his school. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, nice.
Yeah. I think I mean it's like Smash Brothers, right? It's like whenever someone's not on there, there's always like the fans are like, Gina's
Yeah.
not here, this person's not here. and it turns into kind of like a big thing. I'm satisfied with the roster. I think it's a really good mix because you have enemies that are classic to the series or iconic in some sense. Like with Rocky, it's like, oh, why Rocky? It's like, well, then I remember so many people would do the statue or try to see all the the statue forms in like, Superstar or Return to Dreamland or whatever. And he's just, he's iconic. Same with Scarfy. So I'm happy there. Starman, also very cute, fun choice that makes sense from a gameplay perspective with his like height that he can achieve. You have like the big iconic, I think like they put in like Kumazaki's like most popular characters, honestly. Like I know like people really like the Mage Sisters, but I feel like his most popular character is like Magalore, and he's here. Taranza is here, Susie's here. I think when I think of Shimamura, hopefully I said his name right, I feel like I associate him the most with like the animal friends, especially like the three, because they're represented in in some sense across like his three games, and I feel like them being here is like pretty good representation for me. And then you have like the four main characters, Bandana, Waddle Dee, Meta Knight, DDD, Kirby. Like, so I don't know. I feel like you got the main group, iconic newcomers, animal friend representatives, player twos, which is like Bandana, Waddle Dee, and Gooey are also there, both there. And then iconic little guys. And I'm pretty happy. Like, could there have been more? For sure. I think he wanted to maybe focus the roster and not go like smash crazy with this one for considering all the content that's in here, which makes sense. But I'm happy. I know there's like a bit of discussion too about like, I guess, female representation in the game. There's not a lot of, but I don't know. I'm a feminist and I'm a woman and I love Kirby games, but I don't exactly think of like female representation that much in Kirby games because it's like they're balls or they're creatures. So I'm like I think Susie being there is good. Could there have been more? Yes, but I'm also not like distraught over it personally, but I can kind of see that if it matters to other people, then anything that matters to other people is always a bummer when that doesn't happen for them, of course. But I feel that the roster is like pretty cute. They're pretty gender neutral for the most part for a lot of the characters. They could have added, I think the Mage Sisters, I think would have been interesting, considering their elemental abilities. But otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, honestly.
Yeah, I feel really good about the roster. I think I would just echo some of what you said, is that like, sure, we could have had some more characters from other things who are prominent characters in other games that would be fun to see back. But I don't at all feel like the roster is like lacking or anything. I'm just excited that there's as many characters as there are. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's definitely very different from what the original Air Ride was like. I think it is fun to mix and match them with different vehicles and see how they tweak the stats in different ways. I think with some of the UI, I know when we were playing together, like I was saying, how like I think that if it was a little bit more visible, like how the characters were tweaking the base stats of the machines, like it's sort of like gray on white on some of those screens, and maybe it could have been like more of a different color. And maybe if the stats had like numbers or something with them, you could see more directly like, oh, well, Rick has a top speed of, this number, but this other character has a top speed of this number or something. But there's a lot of looking at little bar graphs, and maybe the visibility of that could have been better. But I really like just the overall system and how different everything is. I think in Mario Kart sometimes, not that the riders don't affect the vehicles, but there's more just these general weight classes, and you don't necessarily get the sense that every character is going to play really differently. Whereas this feels like each character is distinct.
I think you bring up a valid point with the weight. I want white. You had showed me that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty hard to see. Actually, maybe we could talk about things that were kind of nitpicks for us.
We could nitpick some things.
Because I definitely have one. I love the game. To me, it's like perfect.
Fantastic video game. Just for the sake of not only gushing about it.
Yeah, like for me it's perfect, but also nothing's perfect. So one thing that I would have included, and I know people are like conflicted on the controls. I think the controls are interesting and they're part of like Sakurai's creative like intention with this game. So I'm like, whatever, you know. I don't have a problem with it myself personally too much, but I can understand why other people do. But when it comes to the controls, one thing I will say, I wish there was an option to take off auto locking that wasn't just pushing in the right stick. Because I like to use an arcade stick sometimes when I play the game. And because I'm using an arcade stick, I don't have a second stick to push in to turn it off. And I find the auto aim to be very difficult to actually hit the boss with.
Yeah. It took me a while to even figure out how to turn that on and off.
I forgot for a while. I was like, oh, how do I turn this off? Like, he explained a direct, and I just completely forgot.
Yeah. I wish it was something in the menu where it's like if you want it to be off and on and off or like mapped elsewhere, you could do that, but unfortunately that's not here.
Yeah, mapping is something I saw some people say, like, you can, like, I haven't seen that, but I've seen people say that quick spin, like, when you, like, flick the control stick, like, to spin, you can map that to a button. So I saw many people that wish they could do that, like, for accessibility reasons or just because they prefer that, and there wasn't an option, so... And the game does have, like, a lot of options, like accessibility and, like, just changing how the game plays a bit. Like, there's a lot. When I first got the game, I was playing around with it. I felt a bit overwhelming, so I just left everything on default because I was like, I don't know what I want. I want to play it. If I find anything like annoying, I can just adjust later. And I didn't. But yeah, like just like mapping in general. I get like that the game is just like you use pretty much just like special and boost, and I guess like the quick spin, and that's pretty much it. All you need. So, but I know some people would prefer like to. I don't know, maybe they want a special button to be like A button for some reason. Why not? So maybe if they had that, I don't know.
Yeah, I do feel like this is an excellent video game. Anything that I could say about changing it really is just a matter of like, what if it did this and not something it's doing like glaringly wrong for me? This is a game that some people will like what it is, and some people maybe will just be like, I don't want to do city trial. I don't like the idea of leveling up this vehicle and just immediately using like having it be over. Like you use it once and then it's over. So there's a part of me that wonders if even if like the vision was to have it a certain way, maybe, you know, just for the sake of the people that go, I don't like this, maybe if there was a bit more like, and maybe not even just for the people who don't like it, because I was thinking like I would play this too, but like there's Road Trip, which is more of a long form thing, and then there's all these modes that are fast and short, and like one race for this, one race for that. It'd be kind of nice if there was like a medium-sized mode. And you can always sort of create your own thing like that if you want, but like some version of City Trial that maybe had like multiple waves, or, you know, like even just like a series of races with some kind of like trophy at the end or something like that. Like there's just not quite like a thing if you want to sit down and play for like 20 minutes. There's not quite that kind of a thing, right? There's like individual races, or you can play this kind of long thing that might take like 2 hours to get through.
Yeah. I remember someone mentioned like exactly what you mentioned, that were like they don't have like Grand Prix or even like versus, like I don't like comparable like Mario Kart has, where you can just like, oh, I want to do like 8 races in a row, and you just do it and then it ends. I do think it's going to be an option in the future in paddocks, from what I saw, because like someone was saying like, oh, I wish they had that, and then someone was like, oh, I think they're adding an update, and I think they are, but like apparently it's only on paddocks, so it's not like offline. I do hope if they do add that to paddocks, it can be like offline as well, because I would really like to just like sit down and go like through every course in R ride or even top ride, like one after the other, without having to every single time pick my vehicle and my rider and select the course and then confirm, because that does take a while. I was doing some like checklist things, and that's one thing that did also annoy me a bit. It's like it's not like the end of the world, but I was that like doing a checklist item. I would try it until I got it, and then go back like to the menu, checklist, see what I need, and then go back to the select screen, select the course, select the rider, select the machine, and it was like, yeah, I wish it was just like faster, or maybe I could do like a bunch in a row to try many. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like just a minor nitpick. Like it doesn't mean like, oh, that ruins my experience, but would be nice with
That's fair. I think that's fair. I feel the same way as everyone. It's like the things I have a problem with are like they would be nice and maybe it could happen, but it doesn't really like, sour my taste for the game or anything. It's more like, oh, maybe it's because I like it so much. It's like, sometimes you like something so much you just ask for, you can't help but think of, if there's a little more or something a little different. So
Yeah. So much of it is going to be about like looking at the checklist and being like, oh, I need to do this specific thing. Let me hop in and do this specific thing. Okay, now I need to do this specific thing. Let me reconfigure things, go in and do that. And they made it more convenient with you being able to just hop right from the checklist right into the mode you want, right? Like it wasn't inconvenient before, but it's nice and streamlined now in a way that it wasn't before. So it's like it's doing what it can to be accessible, and it doesn't feel like busy work or anything like that. It just feels kind of like, well, maybe if I want to do multiple races in a row, there could have been a way to do that. Or maybe if there is some kind of more medium-sized thing to take on once in a while, that could be cool too.
And I do have something, but it's really funny. Like I want to create like a custom machine, but I just never know like how to start because there's so much stuff you can add, so much things. And like I feel I have made one, but like it's really simple. It's just like a warp star with some like different color and some effects. Like, but people have been doing like some crazy things. They are really nice, and I go like I want to do something like that, and then I never know like how to start because it's just overwhelming. Like you have so much things you can add. So that's not a fault of the game. It's just also that I feel sometimes the game has so much to do that I just don't know like what I do. Like what do I do next? Do I do like a checklist item? Do I just go play CD try online? Do I go like try to create a machine? Do I update my license? Oh, but I don't have the sticker that I saw someone has, but how do I unlock it? So you're just sometimes like lost. And I get it. This is a game that they made it so that you can play like for a long time. I've seen people like complete the checklist, like every single checklist, like in a weekend. And I could never do that because I think I would be like, okay, what now? I have everything. Like, what do I do now? I like having like every day I like get one or two, like a couple checklist items. And then sometimes I just get a sticker because I don't know. I did something and then the game is like, oh, have a sticker because that has happened before as well. And I go update my license and then I don't know, I decide to create a custom machine for this one. But there are some times I feel a bit lost because there's a lot to do. And I don't know, maybe if the game had like a random option, like I don't know if I want to play like Air Ride, Top Ride or Sea Trial. And the game decides for me like a random machine or something. I probably can do that myself, but I do feel a bit overwhelmed. Like it's a good thing, but at the same time, sometimes I'm just like, yeah. And also, I think that goes a bit with the Wii Kirby stuff that I go like, oh, there's everything, and then I also have to document it for the wiki, and then I just like, oh my goodness. But that's not a bad thing, but it's just something that I think like, yeah, there's a lot in this game. It's crazy and it's nice, but at the same time, sometimes it's just like, I don't know what to put in my license because there's like a 10 sticker limit or something. And I just wish maybe I could use more. But that's again, like, that's a minor thing, you know?
Yeah, I do like
a
when
good
video
problem.
games just feel like playgrounds where it does feel like it's both like limitless in what you could do with it in a way where there's just like so much there at your disposal to entertain yourself with. But you're right, it does kind of feel like, well, where do I start? Right? What do I do next? And it's because you can go in a lot of different directions. And it provides so many different ways to play. that there might not be like a specific Grand Prix that holds your hand and says, okay, now do this, and now do this, and now do this. But having all these, just having so many options and all this customization that's available, it really does become a fun playground, even if you have to kind of choose your own adventure through it.
I think it's fun.
Mhm.
I think I love being able to like swap what I'm doing at any moment, where it's like it just keeps it so fresh for me. One thing you can do is like kind of be guided by your money. So like you can be like, well, I need to earn money if I want to unlock some stuff. So I'm going to play the races, or I'm going to play some of this mode. And then as you do that, you're unlocking stuff and you're like, well, now I can go to the shop. Let me like buy something. I like, okay, well now I can use that stuff to see if there's anything I can build with it, and see and play with that for a little bit. And if that doesn't work, you're like, well, let me see what's in the machine shop, and maybe I'll just buy something really cool. And that's pretty fun. And then you run out of money and you're like, well, now I got to go play some racing again, or maybe I'll do some Top Ride or something and do a checklist thing. I don't know. It's like I keep going from thing to thing, and I feel like I could keep doing that forever, and it's a little dangerous, but I like it.
Yeah, that is more or less how I've been playing, where it's like spend some time in this mode, then hop over to this one for a while, then hop over to this one. Road Trip, I quite like Road Trip, but at the same time I feel like it's best in like half-hour bursts or something. So maybe that's, again, one thing that I might have possibly adjusted, is just that, like, is it too long? Is it too short? I'm not really, is it just right? I don't know. Sometimes it kind of feels different depending on the moment. But it's like I'll play that for a while, then go back and hop into something else again. It's a great game if you just want to hop in and do a few rounds of City Trial and then go and live your life and do something else. Or if you want to sit and just put hours and hours into jumping around to all these different challenges, you can do that too. It really does let you play how you want to play, and I think every mode is fun. And it's not at all a bad thing to say, I feel like every mode is sort of constantly competing for my attention, in a way where it's like, well, do I want to spend a little time online? Do I want to go back into Air Ride and try to work on the checklist? Do I want to just race against the computer just for the fun of playing it, because it's just inherently fun to play? There's a lot you can do.
And one thing I do want to mention, like, it's unrelated, but I love Top Ride. I think it's my favorite. And I know it's a hot take, but I really love Top Ride.
Yeah.
I
like Top Ride.
I like Top Ride too, and I didn't even like care about Top Ride before in the original game. But then I kind of went back to it, and I was like, you know what? It's pretty fun as like a party game. Like, yeah, you're gonna get blown up a bit, but trying to like really master those like turns and taking advantage of those items, like it could get pretty like maybe not like heavy duty competitive, but I could definitely get like somewhat competitive for sure.
I mean, I think it's hard sometimes, right? Like,
yeah,
I think it definitely plays with your brain when the direction of your vehicle changes. And
sorry, I just have to say that last night I was trying to do a checklist item, which was try to beat Top Ride with a random vehicle. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to play, but you have to do it online to get this check. So I did it. I'm like, whatever, I'm going to be playing against kids, and there's got to be one time where I like beat them or something. I could not beat anyone online. I kept getting second place. There was always someone better than me. So it's hard.
Yeah, winning Top Ride can be tricky because sometimes like you're really neck and neck and someone, and then they just like pass the finish line just right before you go through. It's really intense because it's also it's short, it's really like narrow, so the star slide thing, I think that's the name, like star slide, like when the rider leaps on stars and then you can just speed up from them. So like Top Ride, that's really important, so it's easy for you to like catch up to others. So I've seen many close finish. I've played a lot of Top Ride online, and it's funny because I think there are not many people playing Top Ride online compared to like Air Ride and City Trial. That's also why I wanted to mention, because if you play like ranked online, you get like a global ranking or something that's like a number. And my Top Ride one, even though I have played like pretty much every mode like the same amount of time, my Top Ride one's like half of Air Ride and City Trial. and like have played the most. So like it feels like half the people aren't playing Top Ride online, and they're missing out because it's really fun.
Yeah, Bridget, maybe Gigi was the one who just kept getting first in those races.
Gigi's so good at racing. I expect her to master even the air ride mode at some point. So that's great.
Because honestly, I was gonna say like I also prefer Top Ride because in Air Ride I don't know if it's because it's too fast paced for my brain because I don't like too much action going on. Like I like Mario Kart because Mario Kart also not super fast. I don't like the 200cc mode. I think it's too fast for my brain as well. And Top Ride feels like a nice middle term for me. You can like see the whole track, you can see like where it goes, you kind of just have like to get the turns right and get the items. And Air Ride just feels like there's a lot going on at the time. I don't know. So yeah, I do prefer Top Ride as well, also because Air Ride sometimes is just really fast in general. Like even City Trial is also a bit overwhelming sometimes because there's a lot going on. You bump people, you get boxes, there's an event going on, and then you get destroyed. Like a lot goes on in City Trial, and Top Ride just feels like that short race thing where you like can see like the track ahead of you, and yeah. So I'm just saying that I may be good at Mario Kart, but I don't think I'm that good at Air Ride. But I'm trying to get good at Top Ride because I think I like that more.
That's fair. That's why Sakurai said he didn't have to put it in, but it's here. So.
Yeah, I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, I think my favorite mode is probably still just classic Air Ride. I like all of them, but I think if I had to pick one, that's still probably my favorite. And we've been talking a lot about the single player experience, but it's also worth noting just that this game is a blast to play multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing with I played with two friends in real life, and one of them like he never even played the original. He's just like, this Air Ride thing, it looks so cool. I really want to play it. And he was so excited when I brought the game in. It was me, him, and my other friend. And we got so into it. It's a blast, and it's been so fun online too. I've been jumping into people's like paddocks like randomly, so I've been playing with other Kirby fans from online, just like crashing their parties and like hanging out. It's so good. It is kind of, for me, it's kind of like the new Smash essentially for like a social game.
No, this is totally a Smash game. I was joking, like some people like this is just Smash but Kirby. Like, not in a bad way, but, like, it's because it's Sakurai, but, like, it's funny to see him make a Kirby game again after making so many Smash games. Like, you realize his style, like, his menus, like, the settings and stuff is just like Smash, but that's because it's Sakurai, not because it's Smash. But it's funny to think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an interesting statement. Yeah, it's like, I think he has a strong design philosophy, and I think that's probably what defines him. I mean, at least probably what he hopes in the long term, what defines his games more than just like Smash or whatever.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like if this game existed, like the same game, but it wasn't made by Sakurai, it was made by Halabatari and I don't know, Kumazaki, it would be a different game. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not saying if it would be better or worse, but it would be different because this is just a Sakurai game. Like you can just feel it's a Sakurai game, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I do appreciate too that I think his sensibilities towards his own characters that he originally created is a little less of that kind of cutesy kawaii Kirby that we've seen get a little bit more mainstream sometimes lately. Like this game is not afraid to just be weird, right? It treats the Kirby characters as these sort of weird fantasy sci-fi characters in this weird, cute fantasy sci-fi world. And yet it's not like cutesy. Like it's idiosyncratic. It's odd. It's a little dark sometimes. And it's those sensibilities that I really liked from the earlier Kirby games really on display again. Agree. And it's really nice to see that sensibility so front and center.
I love it. I think I guess this is another interesting conversation is some people are sort of mixed on the art style. They're like, this doesn't feel like a Kirby game. And it's like, yeah, I mean, Sakurai makes Sakurai games. So that's kind of it. But like, he does have this style even with his like older works. Even like when you look at Kirby Superstar, it has like this weird industrial like grit, like he's got kind of this edge to it, but not an edge that's sort of like obnoxious in a way that he's trying to make these characters like hardcore or anything. They maintain like a sense of charm, but like there's like he clearly like is influenced by things in his life that he thinks are cool, and he's like, well, what if I just put this in the game or whatever. Like he clearly likes science fiction, he clearly likes I don't know what his like actual like, unlike Kumazaki, who we can actually read what he's influenced by, and a lot of it's like some interesting stuff too. Like he likes mecha, and he likes certain anime and other games that are like hardcore. He likes like Star Soldier and stuff. We don't really know that for Sakurai, but we can I can kind of see a lot of like this cool old school science, like Japanese science fiction, giant robots or tanks. I kind of got like a feeling of like Armored Core in there, which was interesting. So I don't know, but I find it cool. I like that kind of stuff too. Like I'm a mecha fan too, and like so, and I like Armored Core, so I'm like, sure, Armored Core in my Kirby game or whatever. It's like, sure, we got machines, we've got actually, I don't know if I should mention. Well, that's not really a spoiler, right? If I say Armored Core, no one knows what that means, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's fair to say that like there are like boss battles in this game. Like I don't think that that's a spoiler that there's these like big enemies that you fight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not giving the game away. I'm just telling you I feel like that's out there anyway. This game is weird. Be prepared for how weird it is. But at the same time, I feel like his works are very expressive of his process as a creator in a sense. Like I kind of get that with Smash too, where it's like there's something about his narratives that feel sort of part of his expression as like a creator, and like sometimes it's about a relationship with fans as well, and then it's also about a history that kind of brought him to this moment where he is making Air Riders, and it's all here and it's cool. So I like it too. I agree, Sean.
You get to see him playing with some of his characters again for the first time in a very long time. And it's really fun to see how he expands this world that he created so long ago in new ways.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we're already like past 70 minutes here. So maybe we should start wrapping this up, but we will definitely keep talking about Air Riders on this show. We will have an episode where we can talk more about spoilers. I do feel like for as much as we've said, it feels like there's so much that has been left unsaid because we don't want to give away too much. But I hope just as a sort of cursory introduction to like how we're feeling, what to expect from the game, who it might be for, and who it's for, I could say is just about anybody who's willing to come into it with an open mind and wants a fun, exciting, cute action racing game. But hopefully we've given you some sense of what this game is like and how we feel about it. One thought I have before we go too, Gigi and Bridget, how familiar are you with F-Zero?
I played the original one on the Super Nintendo quite a bit, and I played a little bit of maybe it's the N64 one, but for some reason the one that I played the most was the Super Nintendo one.
Okay.
I know I played. I don't know which one I played, but I feel like I played. I don't know if Smash Brothers Brown had like a demo for it or something, or if I played like once. I know I've played it. I don't remember which one, and it wasn't a lot, but like I have played it. I don't know which one.
Okay. GX is really good. I mean, they're all good, but I particularly like GX, which is on the GameCube, like Nintendo Classics app now. But I think that maybe a future episode, depending on how familiar you both are with F-Zero, like we could compare the different Nintendo racing games and kind of orient this one alongside Mario Kart and F-Zero and anything else we might want to bring in. But we can save that conversation for another day too. Any other final thoughts before we go?
I love this game.
Yeah, this game, I mean, we spent a little time critiquing some things about it, but I think this game is fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I want to say, like, that I didn't grow up with Kirby, like, in the Sakurai, like, times. When I started playing Kirby was, like, around the time Sakurai had already left and Kumazaki was starting, like, to be the director. So in my sense, I don't have a lot of, like, attachment to, like, the older games like some people do. And but it's interesting, like, to play this game and realize, like, the difference Sakurai has with the games. I'm not saying that it's better or worse, but I think it's also interesting to, like, have a Sakurai game, like, after, like, Sakurai Kirby game after so long. I can't deny that I prefer the Komazaki games. It's probably because I've just, like, grown up playing Kirby with them. But it's also interesting to, like, see a game designed by Sakurai and a story. I won't get into the story. So, like, I feel there's a couple of stuff I do want to, like, maybe formulate an opinion better. But overall, I'm really happy with what we got. I've said it before. Like, but I also want to mention, like, even as someone that doesn't, like, love the Sakurai games and even Smash Bros that I really like, it's not like a game that I really love a lot. I think this is a great Kirby game, just in general. Again, I mentioned I would change some things, like add some other stuff, but I also think it's a good celebration of Kirby. And as someone who wasn't having high expectations for a lot of things when this game was first revealed, I'm happy with the result. And I think this game is just, like, crazy that it exists in this format. Like, just, like, existing is crazy, and, like, with all what we have right now, like the characters, the modes, online, all the new content, like I said, mentioned, like customization and everything is just, it's great. So yeah, it's a great game. I'm glad it exists, really, because I think it makes a lot of people happy, and that's a lot of different people too.
Aw, thanks, Gigi. I love Kumazaki too. And I always love Sakurai, but I like Sakurai as, like, a developer in terms of, like, he has, like, a vision. He's kind of like Kojima, right? He's sort of one of these directors that really has a vision and goes for it and has a very defining style. So I know there's a lot of hesitation for his return from Kumazaki fans. But as a Sakurai fan, I was like, for me, this is so exciting. I know none of you guys may want this or ever want him to come back and touch Kirby at all, because I know some people just don't like him at all sometimes. But I grew up with Kirby since the beginning. Like, to me, like, he's so foundational to, like, Kirby as I know him. Like, I still see him, like, he's like a ghost. I still see his design philosophies even when I play new games. So it's like, for me, it was so exciting, and I was nervous that some fans would sort of be like, this is why he can never touch the series again or something. Yeah. And I feel like he did such a great job still. And I know not everyone's still going to be happy, but, like, if I could have one game and it's this amazing, I'm happy, the torch can be passed on. It's all good. We're going to have more Kirby games, and it's great. Also, I'm just happy that I got something too as a fan too. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and like the internet, there are always going to be people that don't like everything, right? The vast. Sure. Well, I think most people playing this game will not necessarily be thinking that much about who made it.
Yeah, and for sure, regular people.
And of the people that, like, kind of actively follow who makes games, I don't feel like they're going to have, like, that strong an opinion, about, like, they might be like, oh, it's the Smash Brothers guy is back again or something like that, right? And even in Kirby spaces, I don't feel like most people, like, don't like Sakurai or anything, but, like, there's always going to be people that are just like, this is not my thing, and, like, that's fine. But
that's fine.
I at least, like, I don't think that that's, like, a prevailing sentiment.
For sure. I think it's definitely toned down now too. I think people are generally happy with the game. So it's good. I think we've reached peace and happiness between old and new, and it's all good.
Yeah. I do want to mention that because I've seen some people like starting kind of like the director, like, oh, Sakurai versus Kumazaki, but I don't think that's the thing. And also, it's not a spoiler, but Kumazaki also supervised this game along other HAL laboratory staff, which makes sense because it's a Kirby game, so they need like people to supervise the series right now. Sakurai hasn't made a game like in 20 years, so of course he created the series, but there's like, oh, there's new characters and stuff. And yeah, I think like we got a good product. Like the bad ending would be if we just like air ride, but we just have Kirby, Meta Knight, DDD, and generic Waddle Dee, no characters, and it's just like only stuff from other games, not many from the Kumazaki games. Like people sometimes say Sakurai doesn't like the games he didn't make, which I also think it's silly. And we got like I guess proof that Sakurai does care about the series. He does like want to represent everything. And of course he has his way of making the games and everything, but it's still Kirby. He created Kirby. He has the right to make this game and everything, and yeah. I think we have like a good ending. Like we made both sides happy. I think everyone's happy.
Everybody's happy. Yay.
Yeah. And like there's always going to be people that aren't, but like one wonders, you know.
Yeah.
There are people that I think just like to be contrarian perhaps sometimes. And like again, if this is just not your thing, that's not your thing. That's not being contrarian. That's just someone's own personal preference. But if
and I do want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I just meant like, you know, like there might be some people that are just kind of like, I don't know, like there's always going to be people online that don't like something. And when millions of people are playing something and enjoying it, you know, like I you know, I'm sorry to see anybody left out of anything, but there's no video game that just everybody thinks is you know, perfect or anything. So hopefully whoever doesn't like this can find something else that they enjoy. But it's also nice that maybe this will kind of tamper down some of the like weird speculation about things that's like purely made up, right? The internet just making up its own narratives about these people that we do not know, right?
Yeah.
These people don't have any kind of rift between them. And maybe by directly working together now, people will be like, oh, okay, that was just made up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do want to mention one last thing. It's really hard. It's really quick.
Go ahead.
This game made me think that maybe Banana Waddle Dee will be in Smash because he has a lot. But really, he has a lot of love here. He has like I like his render. It maybe makes me think of Smash because again, it's Sakurai. But I have hope now. So please, Sakurai, if you're listening.
If you're listening to this podcast, I'd be down for it. I'd be happy with anything Kirby they add. So I mean, hopefully, maybe he didn't have as much information being so busy with everything that he was doing. That maybe now that he got to revisit the series, he's got something to take back. If we're getting another Smash, that's a thing too. I don't even know
that's true.
So
Who knows?
Or speculating on that too. So.
Yeah, just to wildly speculate, right? Like Sakurai said this game wasn't getting DLC, and it does make you wonder. It's like, well, does he just have something else lined up already?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, if Bandana Waddle Dee has a fancy amiibo now, right? Well, maybe he's going to be in Smash for this. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? But anyway, on that note, thank you all for listening, and thank you both for being here. This has been Kirby Conversations, and we are part of the Soundstone Podcast Network, along with Pixels and Polygons and Flashback 64. This show is produced by me, and Gigi, and Bridget, and Kai, Captain Dangerous Parker, who we are still in touch with, and who does help with the show, you know, off and on behind the scenes and stuff like that. I know she hasn't been on the show a lot, and people might be like, why do you mention her on the show? It's like, because someone's not on the show doesn't mean that they aren't involved sometimes behind the scenes and stuff too. So thank you to her as well. Our theme music is by Megan Kells and a new arrangement by Duncan Pixel T. Smith. And if you want to reach out to the show, you can always reach us at mail@kirbyconversations.com or find us on Blue Sky. And we will try to keep adding things to YouTube off and on as well. Thank you all, and we will be back again soon with more Kirby Conversations.
Bye.
Hey everyone, my name's Darren Hupke. I'm a writer, publisher, and podcaster. My podcast is called Pixels and Polygons. Each week I sit down with a guest and ask one simple video game question. It's a random topic each week and it leads to a fun conversation. You can find it on your favorite podcast platform every Friday, and you can read more about it at pixelsandpolygons.net.